All right, this is for a move that okay. This is for kind of a combo move, so it's from this kind of folded position, turning to bringing it over your body. For me, this often goes into vertical on-body hooping, which we didn't go over much of, but know that if that is something that you start to play around with, that's one way to get into it. Otherwise, and I'll break it down in a minute. Otherwise, you can use it to bring over your body, maybe go into a smear. Maybe go into a barrel roll. And go. What was the other? Oh, once you get comfortable with an isopop, you can isolate behind, and notice it's a little different than an isopop you might have practiced. But isopop behind you, behind the back toss, whatever. So to do this, I'm going to start with my right hand. It's going to go across my body. I'm going to come. We're going to get into it. Know how your hand position is before we go into the turn. But for me to get into that position, I often have to start from a easier starting point and then kind of fold my way into that position. So I'm going to start with my hand outstretched, my right hand across my body, so the hoop is to the left of my body, right arm is reaching across. I have my hand in outside grip on, it's kind of a big hoop, so rather than being right in the center, I'm kind of at, towards the top and center, but a little bit closer to my body. So thumb is pointing away from me. The hoop is going to kind of go back behind. So swinging back instead of forward. It's gonna fold over my hand. Now it might twist a little bit in your hand, but you're also gonna be twisting your arm along with it and getting into this kind of like odd, awkward position. So note that it's ending with my kind of forearm facing up, my palm facing up, with this kind of, the grip, it almost looks like an inside grip, outside grip. It all depends on orientation. My fingers are wrapped around it. Thumb is still pointing out. So I'm gonna turn behind, kind of bringing the hoop with me. As I turn around back towards the front, I'm gonna bring the hoop down, folding over, and now it's kind of it's in this vertical position on my body. And depending on what I want to do next, I can do different things. For me, I would go into, vertical on body hooping or vertical on body breaks. So again, from there, you could bring in your other hand, because this is kind of this odd outside grip. You can grip with your left hand then in a more comfortable position. So that'll hold a hoop, which will allow you to re-grip your right hand and go into a barrel roll, or any number of things. Just play around with it. So let me do that on the left side. So, well, real quick, let me go over something. If you did want to try it where you weren't going through the whole folding position, you just wanted it to be there, you can hold it out, coming from behind the hoop, palm up, forearm up, and take an inside grip, but kind of inside grip, kind of a little bit on the back side of the hoop. Wrap your thumb around, wrap all your fingers around, and then you're in that starting position. And it's staying kind of on this vertical plane for me. Right around here, when I'm about to turn into it, is where I start guiding the hoop down and over me and into whatever else. Okay, so left side. So again, you can either start with kind of holding it out, outside grip, thumb facing away, hold it over towards the back, up and around, and then you're in this position. Or you can come from behind the hoop, palm up, essentially an inside grip, but a little bit towards the back to where my palm is more facing forward, my thumb is facing out, and either way, I end up in this position. Again, I'm gonna be turning towards the back and back around, bringing the hoop with me in this vertical plane, that as I'm turning back around, it's gonna be folding over me. And I can either